obviously Meghan Markle was on Suits, and so that is something that has, I think, intrigued people about the show. Yeah. But beyond that, what is it about that show that all of a sudden,
oh my God,
to a whole new audience, just caught fire again?
Well, I mean, I have my own opinion about it. I have thoughts about it, and I think it's layered. I think there's several different things, and also Meghan's loveliness. You know, that everyone is aware of her and her being on the show and going back to that, and you know, their documentary that came out. If you watch that, then obviously there's a Netflix algorithm around that, I think, but also. During the strike, there wasn't anything else. You know, Netflix repositioned it. So I think there is something to positioning on Netflix. And when other things aren't being made, it commands your attention. But it has to be great for people to watch it.
Exactly.
And for it to kind of have
You can put it in front of people, but to get people to binge it the way they have.
Again and again.
Yeah.
And also 3 years after we were not on the air. I mean, so my story with Suits goes back to Mad Men. Aaron Korsh, the creator of Suits, saw me on Mad Men, created this character for me. It was only supposed to be one episode. And I actually, at the time, was choosing between two jobs. Suits, I could choose that, which I'd never heard of. It was not on the air yet. Or another show that was already on the air. And Bonnie Zane, the casting director, was so smart. She sent me the pilot. She said, just watch it before you make your decision. Just watch it. And when I saw the pilot, I was like, oh my God. After coming right off of Mad Men, I was like, this is the Mad Men for lawyers. It's a modern day Mad Men for lawyers. And when I saw Gabriel Macht on the show, I was like, he's going to be the John Hamm of the lawyer.
Yeah,
of lawyering. And so we did the one episode. It was such a delight. And Megan and I had been friends for years before the show. So part of me, too, is like, oh, my gosh, I get to go hang out with I get paid to go hang out with my friends.
Oh, wow.
And then when Aaron asked me to come back again and again and again, I mean, that was just a real delight. And I was friends with Rick Hoffman for years and became friends with Gabriel and Sarah. And, I mean, the whole cast was, and Patrick. I mean, oh, my gosh, Patrick was so great. So it was just this beautiful thing that we got to make in Toronto, and I came in and out over the 9 seasons, and then the show ends, and 3 years later, Netflix repositions it. And I just know, like, it was so addictive. It was such a good show. And I think also it goes down easy. It's beautiful. I think it also, like, speaks to what people are really wanting to watch and see right now. The writing's great. It's funny. It's charming. The actors are phenomenal. And here we are with streaming, the power of streaming. Something could come back again. And we might have to rethink, you know, how we approach promoting something, or like, well, if you just promote it right before it comes out, or if it doesn't do it on the first time, is it not a hit? I don't know. I just think it's part of the conversation, you know, and coming out of the strike, this is what we're talking about. What constitutes a hit when you find something, and what's going to stand the test of time? So, you know, I feel like I'm just so grateful, and it was what a surprise, because I was in Europe this summer.
Yeah.
And I was way more famous than I had ever been before. And I was like, wow.
Wow, because of the rediscovery of
Suits.
Suits.
But I had no idea when it was happening.
Wow.
I would walk through the streets of Biarritz or Paris, or, I mean, I'd be in Spain. Like, I spent the whole summer in Europe, so I'm not like name dropping Europe stuff. I just was there. But everywhere I went, I was like, I know, I was like, meh. But it was like Abigail Spencer. And all my friends were like, when did you get so famous? And I was like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Something happened.
I don't know.
Because also it's attached to new projects. Like if I had a new project or extended family hadn't come, we hadn't finished shooting. So I was so confused. And then, I'm on a text chain with the whole Suits team, and got the message that I think 45 billion minutes of downloads.
Jeez.
What?
Yeah, just over the summer. And that was pretty shocking. And it was because it was during the strike. We couldn't promote it. We couldn't talk about it. We couldn't say anything about it as well.
It was so organic, really.
It was so organic. Yeah. But man, I really felt the shift, really and truly. And it still is. It's still the #1 show. And I mean, Grey's Anatomy's in the top 10 streaming.
It's
Gilmore Girls. Yeah. I did one episode of Gilmore Girls. People were like, "You're from Bridesmaids on Gilmore Girls." I was
like, what?
I know.
That's funny.
Yeah.